Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Into the Breach. We kind of messed up last time, but we did get the pilot, Harold Schmidt, push adjacent tiles when repairing. I'm gonna try a new squad. We're gonna do the Zenith Guard this time. It's a beam, it's like a beam lord, tank that pushes enemies, and also rams into them, which is extremely nice. And Science Lord. Science Lord is like a shield boy. The question is, let me think about this. I've done some missions with these guys. I don't know if I've done any on camera, but I've been playing a lot off camera, for real. And I'm loving this game. Slowly but surely, hopefully getting better. I'm just looking at it now and I'm going, okay, who do we have as time travelers? Do we have plus health time traveler? We do not. So I think we're probably best off with Harold. Excuse me? Push adjacent tiles when repairing. I think we should make him pilot the laser mech, so the laser mech can find himself in a situation where instead of hurting an enemy building with his beam that pierces, he could just push enemies out of the way instead. So I think this is fine. But he's not Harold Schmidt anymore. Obviously, this is Northernlion. Because when I heal myself, I push others away. Let's start the game up here. I know you're probably like, please don't start on default islands. Okay, you might be right. Let's start on Ice Island this time. The leader is the Beetle Lord. They've got jumping mantises, which do... they're annoying because they're mobile, but they also have 1 HP, so they're very easy to kill with beams. Although easier to kill with whips, I suppose, but we'll unlock those guys eventually. So let's get started here. 3 grid damage coal plant, 3 grid damage coal plant, both robot factories. I hate robot factory missions, but we might do one secondarily. Alright, let's get started here. So the thing with the laser boy is you want him to be in a situation where he can hit multiple enemies. I think something like this is okay. You want Laser Boy to be able to hit enemies in a straight line without having to shoot at buildings. So we want him on this side. Because if we put him on this side, sure we could shoot, but we're going to hit our coal plant, which is not something we're interested in doing. So let's think about how we want to handle this turn. Science Lord can pull enemies 1 tile, which is actually really good. We could pull this guy 1 tile, put him on top of the spawn. And we could push this guy 1 tile away. In fact, we could push him 1 tile away in many different ways, though. And you can't quite get to where I want you to go. I am looking because I'm also like, is there any way... And I think the answer is no, unfortunately. But I was like, is there any way I can get some of these guys lined up? Wait a minute. 3 damage, 2 damage. I think I am a mad genius. Hear me out here. Oh, but you shoot in a line, right? So I gotta find some way to block your damage. Because here's what I was thinking. Here's line number 1. It needs a little work. Tank boy. Boom. Smash this guy. He'll be dead. Oh, if he's dead, we don't really need him to be in a straight line, do we? Extremely valid point. Okay. There's many different ways I think you could handle this turn. I very much like the idea of you hitting you. Tank boy comes here, smashes in. 2 damage done to him. He goes here, he's gonna get killed by an emergence. Unfortunately, so is our tank boy, because he's also gonna get shot here. Okay, maybe this turn is not as good as I anticipated. I'm finding myself brain farting here a little bit. The thing is, it's not hard to kill or even to annoy a lot of these enemies. Let's look at the attack order. Okay. Okay. But I do think I find myself, like, bereft of combo abilities. That's what's burning me up right here. We'll get shot and then killed on emergence unless we get a shield. And if we get a shield, then we can't knock this guy out of the... Oh! I've gone cross-eyed. Okay. So I think the other way to approach this would be something like this. We shoot this guy and kill him instantly. We tank this guy. No. We tank this guy, push him one out of the way. And then we pull this guy one tile back, but if we pull him one... Oh, we will just... The thing is, if we pull him one tile back, he ends up shooting at us. No, he doesn't. He ends up shooting there. Okay, so I think this is how we're going to do this. We can't pull him. I thought that was illuminated. Okay, undo all moves. We're like 5 minutes into the video. I haven't even made my first turn yet. Is this what you wanted, or is this like your worst nightmare? It's a very valid question, I think. It's really this Beetle Lord that I'm struggling with right now. Okay, I don't think it's a great turn, just to be honest with you. But, what if we tank you very much? Oh, what if we... Okay, hear me out. Tank you, pull you one over, and then also block the shot with our mech. What am I even saying? I actually lost the line momentarily. Come here. Tank, psh, you're dead. We're standing here. What does this guy do? Oh, we just shoot him. And then we shield our mech, and we're blocking a spawn. Okay, we gotta do something at some point, so... I think that's fine. Come here. Smack him. Turn 1 is so important, which is why I'm, like, overthinking it. Unfortunately, this will also shield the enemy. No, because we'll do it in this direction. Ooh, that's so much better. Oh, no, it's not necessarily better because it doesn't block the spawn. It's going to leave our tank with low HP, but that's okay. That's what repairing's good for. We've only got one enemy to deal with on the next turn, and the enemy's going to have 1 HP. Even better. Okay, I thought you had made a colossal mistake, but you actually have not. 3 enemies coming up this turn, so we really want to deal with everything we got. You're an easy laser lord. I don't know why I'm finding this, like, so tricky right off the bat. Like, I can kill you so easily it'll make your head spin. And I think we sort of have to. We've also got to find a way to deal 1 damage to this guy without us dying. Which is surprisingly difficult, actually. Well, yes and no. I was so excited to play Into the Breach, and I'm like, I've been playing so much better lately, and now I'm looking at this, and I'm like, it's impossible. I could lose a grid power. I really don't mind losing a grid power, honestly, to keep our perfect island chance alive, but we'd probably rather avoid it. So, I mean, here's the obvious one, I guess, and I think it's what we're going to do. We're going to pull the Mantis 1 tile over. We're going to have our boy repair, which is going to continue to block a spawn. And then we're going to block this spawn and shoot that guy. So we've only got 3 enemies. And again, one of them has 1 HP. 2 of them have 1 HP. Which is really easy for, like, the perfect beam setup to succeed in. And we can get the perfect beam setup to succeed, but it would cost us a grid power to make it happen. Like this, Laser Lord goes here, shoots, these 2 enemies are dead, so is our dude. Shielding our dude isn't even enough, and we can't attack, which is why, like, the Science Lord is the only unit that exists right now. I think we're gonna have to accept that we're taking 1 grid damage. And that's okay. I think it's mostly because I've messed it up, to be honest with you. Oh, but if we move this guy, then we can't get a double kill. We can still get a single kill, but we can't get a double kill with the Laser Lord. Unless, can we move him in a direction that would make it conducive to repeating, of course. The other thing we could do is we could push multiple units. And you could... Oh. No, we've, like, really botched our resources here on turn 1. Or on combat 1. I think we're gonna lose grid power, and I have to be okay with that. Because I could pull my lord out of the way, and then send this guy in, repair and block the spawn. It'll push you, and it'll push you. But I don't think that's that good. How can you can go over here, but that still leads to you hitting a building. Yeah, it's just no good. Like, the other thing is I could put you here and repair. Oh, wait. This guy repairs. Continues to block a spawn, but he pushes our lord out of the way. Our lord and savior tank boy. Then we still do take a grid damage as a result. And 2 enemies still spawn? Yeah, I kind of hate it. I still kind of hate it. You got a shield. I don't see how I get out of this one without losing some grid power. So I apologize right off the bat. I might be missing some obvious lines. It was like, maybe we put this guy here, shield twice, you bash him, and then we push you and you live? But then how do we get these guys out? And the answer is we don't. So we gotta stop you, because you're gonna do 3 grid damage. You're only dealing 1. So what do we do to get out of that? Well, this guy's gotta die. This guy's gotta be pulled. And I don't know, maybe, I think we sacrifice our tank pilot. So let's think about how that would actually happen. You just come up here, blow this guy away. Moving this guy first. This guy's gonna come out here, pull you away. And then our tank lord's gonna come up here and murder this guy. He's gonna sack town himself, but losing a pilot is not that bad. Would I rather lose a pilot at level 1 or some grid power? I think I'd rather lose a pilot at level 1. So genuinely, I think this is an intelligent play. I'm so sorry, my friend. Had to be done. Let my family know in this timeline I went out fighting. Yeah, whatever. We're probably gonna die, and then only one of us is going back through time, so don't get your hopes up, buddy. Okay, so we got 1 turn. All we're trying to do is avoid taking grid damage here. And I think we're still gonna end up taking grid damage. Because I'm looking at Science Lord, and I'm going, how does he not die? The answer, he's definitely going to die as well. Man, losing 2 pilots right off the bat, that's almost cause for a restart, to be honest with you. How did we mess up turn 1 so bad? Because, like, we can just blow this dude away, but then the only play I see that makes sense is we move you here and repair. That pushes all these guys away. Oh my god, I'm a genius. It freed our science god. And then our science god uses his beam. We end turn. We completed both of our objectives. And we protected the coal plant. And only our tank lord died. Is this good? No. But we still do preserve the possibility of a perfect island. And it only took us 14 minutes to get through our first combat. So far so good. In many ways. Losing a pilot stinks real bad, but we'll live with it. Protect the emergency batteries. Now, I think at this point we want way more corporate rep if possible. I hate robot factories, though. We'll try it, but I hate robot factories. Okay, so we got clowns to the left of me, mechs to the right. Here I am stuck in the middle with you. I want you to be somewhat flexible, but focusing on shooting in this direction. Tank Lord is now like, he's gonna attack with reckless abandon. He's got 3 movements. We can get pretty much anywhere he needs to go from there. And then you just start here. Because now we can actually just kill the tank on every mission if there's an appropriate reason to do so. Okay, that guy annoying, but... And there's... don't even get me started on the robots. The AI's gone rogue. What are you attacking? You're attacking a building. I'd really like to free Beamlord. Beamlord can only walk 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. He walks here, shoots 3, 2, 1 damage. You do 1 damage as well. We don't block any spawns. The other way to do it, oh, I like this way more. Free the Beamlord with the Science God. Beamlord stands on the spawn, shoots 1, 1. Tank Lord comes in, boom, boom, gets the kill. Now, there is a problem with this. You're like, the Tank Lord's pardon me, the Tank Lord's getting XP, but he's an AI. Yeah, but if I leave the Tank Lord there, he's going to take damage from the beam, which is really terrible. So, I really don't want you to... There's no way around it. I was going to say I really don't want you to mess with my Science God, but I think you got to do this. I'm really worried about this robot, because it's probably going to shoot at a building next turn. But I don't see a better way to do this. Yeah, so I'm gonna leave you still. You're gonna do that. Beamlord. Decent move. And then our Renegade tank with a double kill. The XP is just lost. I actually thought it would be divided amongst our other units, so there is a negative there. But I'm not gonna let that get in the way of what I consider to probably be the best turn here. Okay, this is great because we can just move Science God. Even though more robots are being created every turn. And where are we going to put Science God? Cats, you're so annoying. I know, I love you too. But just, like, sit down. Sorry, sit yourself down. First you don't succeed. Sit yourself down and try again. Sit yourself down and try again. Try again. So we... Don't bite me. If you bite me, I'll be very upset. Can't shoot you. It'll kill Tank God. This guy is like... If only our Science Lord had the ability to do 1 damage. Imagine how amazing that would be. I do see a line. I don't know if it's good. I'll put the pieces in position and you can see it, and then I can undo if necessary. No, it still does work. That's the pieces. So you'd pull the Mantis, push this guy, and then you'd shoot with the Beamlord. And the Beamlord would get a kill here, and a kill here, but this guy would come up. So I'm actually going to undo all these moves. Watch this. We're going to move him 1 tile extra away. This is 200 level IQ. Our Science Lord will still go here. Pull the Mantis. Tank Lord will push this guy. Then we'll do 2 damage to this guy. He'll die. 1 damage to this guy. He won't die. Ah, but that's actually bad because he'll shoot our Tank God and kill him. So our original line was better. But there was a 200 level IQ play in there temporarily. So we are still going to have 3 enemies spawning, which is terrible, but I'm going to consider that this is probably okay. We could also just move Tank God, but then it leaves this guy alive, and that doesn't sit right with me. Now, instead of shooting, we could also just repair and push. And it makes me sad because I don't get to shoot a laser, but that's the better play. Because it gets 2 kills, and we get 1 HP out of it. But yes, I will admit, this play is also way more of a bummer as a result of the fact that, you know, we don't get to fire a sweet laser. Oh, thanks for taking a stab at the building there. I really appreciate it. No, that's what I was worried about. Okay. Dude, the robot factories are the worst shit on planet Earth. I hate the 3rd island. I also said the S word, and I apologize for that. It's a bad example for the kids. I really want to kill the Scion. We might not be able to kill the Scion on turn 1. I think we could definitely get 2 robots to kill each other. Well, they wouldn't kill each other. Whoever shot first would get the kill. But how do we keep the tank god alive in this? You know what? Why are we trying to keep the tank god alive? Now that I think about it. The tank god is just... He exists exclusively to destroy. His experience does not matter. Who cares if he's left alive? Very, very good point. I'm sorry, Ruka, you have to get in the box, okay? You keep licking my hand, and it's gross and distracting. Just sit in the box, okay? Alright, so we don't need to kill the robots. But what we do want to do is have the robots block each other's shots. So we can pull this guy up. And then the robots will cancel out. But then how on earth do we kill this guy? The answer is we don't kill him, we have to move him. So I think what we actually want to do is tank suicide, because it'll do 2 damage. But then I'm being real with you. What on earth do we do with this guy? How do we get him out of there? What if we could, like, move Tank Lord with the Science God to block a shot? And he could even repair, and then he would live for a turn? And then what would you do? You would just move here and shoot this guy. The Scion would live. I don't know, dude. Like, I'm skeptical. But this would be the turn. No buildings would take damage, but I worry that next turn we'd have no choice but to let buildings take damage. Yeah, just scratch the Kleenex box, cat. Who cares? Okay, so how would the play work? Hilariously, it would work like this. Cat, you can't sit on my hand. This is outrageous. Tank Lord, who now lives. Repair. You're gonna live for a shot, which is stupid. And then you... Yeah. So, I mean, it's a turn. That's one way to think about it. Nothing has taken any damage. The tank, we would love for the tank to take all the aggro on planet Earth. Him dying is irrelevant. Don't attack a building. Oh, you are a total jerk. Okay, Tank Lord has drawn so much aggro. I've never been happier. This, we win. We win losing the tank, but who cares? At this point, right? And there's 2 ways to do it. We could use our shield. We might as well... It won't give us any extra experience now that I think about it. I think the easiest way to do it is just this... into that. And it might look like... We should have repaired with the tank at least. Or we could have done something. But again, the experience just goes to the tank, so who cares? I'm happy with this encounter. If we lose the tank on the last turn of every single encounter, it literally doesn't matter because of the AI pilot. So, he's basically just a husk. If we could park him on top of a... spawn point, we'd be happy. Let's try the one with the environmental hazards. They tend to be good. Tank just needs to be able to hit in a row. And Science Lord has such good movement. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think this deployment is okay. Let's give it a try. I like the one guy's like, Dad, look. Well, we've already messed this up. 3-3. I hate that. This is like a horrific start already. So the battery is gonna live. And we can kill one of these guys. How much damage? You only do 1 damage. But you... There's no way for me to stop you, unfortunately. And believe you me, I'm looking. If we had one more, we should have spawned this guy one more tile up. Then he could have 1, 2, 3 bash. Instead, we're going to be forced to take a grid damage because I'm stupid. And we're not going to block anything in the interim period. But one of our good buildings is going to get stuck in ice, which is actually exactly what we want. I'm running through some, like, 300 IQ stuff right now. I'm like, okay, laser, 3-2. Tank, psh, and then use our Science Lord to pull the laser guy back into position, but I don't think that's going to work. Can we do it with Tank Lord? Tank Lord is going to kill this guy. That guy won't get pushed into the water, unfortunately. That's the other thing. We have ice. It's not going to do anything on turn 1 here, though. Yeah, we're going to... There's no way to avoid really taking grid damage here. This guy's not going to do any grid damage because of the environmental hazard, but... I was also thinking, like, okay, what if we pull this guy, tank him, and then give him a little shoop-doop with the laser, but I don't think that's gonna work. So, we really just want to kill these two guys. That's our dream play. I'd prefer not to do it. Actually, now that I think about it, like, I don't think we can kill those two guys. As much as I'm trying. You can't get to where I need you to get to. I apologize for taking so long here, but, you know, turn 1 is the most dangerous time in any person's run. There's a way out that I hadn't considered, and it's actually good. And if it's not, we'll reset. Fire. Tank Lord is gonna find himself being on fire as a result of this. So I think because of the fact that that's so bad to be on fire. Oh, but a shield doesn't prevent fire, right? It just prevents weapon damage, I think. We can do better. We are still going to take a hit. No, we're not, because of our 500 level IQ. That's the turn. That's the turn. Now our tank, no negotiation, has to repair. Great, he's done. This is actually like an irrelevant turn from the enemy. We're in love. As strange as it sounds, I think if we move our tank here and repair, they will live, heal, lose the fire, and they shouldn't take damage on the spawn. And you're gonna die. So the real question becomes, would you rather kill this guy? Or would you rather kill this guy? And I think we'd rather kill the Beetle because it has more HP and more range. I think. We could just push him onto the ice, but it would also push this guy. So I don't think that's any good. Let's just undo that move. Is there anything better? Like, you know, go here, repair. Go here, repair. No, that'll free this Mantis, which we that would be bad. Yes, okay. So let's just dust you up. It also creates a little ice tile, which I think is perfect for us. And then you're not going to get to shoot. So I actually like the idea of putting our science mech here. Then they're in a better position to like maybe be able to pull somebody into the water or, you know, do something vice versa. Now you are going to free the batteries from the ice, and I don't love that. So let me see if there's actually one other potentially better move. And I think it actually is better, but I'm going to pull you one tile over. That way the batteries remain encased in ice, just making it easier for us to accomplish our overall objective. Because then, like, they have to get hit twice in order to cause a problem here. I wish we blocked the Scion, but that's life. So he's going to free a Mantis. That's no good. Scion is going to die by itself. Beetle's doing nothing important. We're going to win, and I think we're going to come out of this just fine. So really, it's It's really you that's the problem. Now, you are going to light on fire if I attack here. But we don't care, and I know I've said this many times. We don't really care if you get lit on fire. Because if you die, you die. Like, you're... Oh, but do we care if this mantis gets freed? I guess we do. I could block, but you're gonna come up then. So we don't have to do anything with the Scion. That much is clear. I was thinking, like, what if I could put you, like, here and then push you over and, you know, I don't know, maybe life's good there. We'd like the Beetle to die because it's long range. How far can you go? Not far enough. Can you go here? You can. Does that do anything? No. So I could shield the tank, and then the tank would not die. Kind of gets two birds stoned at once. Like that. And it's not on fire, so I was incorrect. This was the tile that was on fire. Okay. And then you, I think you should just block the spawn. There's no reason to repair. You might as well just end. There's no reason to beam. We do leave the Beetle alive, but we're going to have 2 enemies and 3 units, which is like the perfect situation. So we actually, after the original bad start here, we've kind of pulled ourselves out of a tailspin, and nobody's attacking anything anymore, so life's great. So we'd like Laser Mech to get a kill. That would be the perfect situation. How do we do it? Something like this. There might have been a better move, but it doesn't matter. Like, actually at all. Tank Lord is gonna die, but it's just an AI. So again, he's actually, in some ways, almost as valuable dead as he is alive. As long as we're not losing resources that I can't see during this interim period. This poor tank is like it's body blocking half the time. But look at it, we got perfect island so far. What do we want? We definitely want this. Freeze and defend both robots. We should do it because we don't care about the power, but a perfect island is so much easier to get. This is just like harder to deal with. Freeze and defend both robots. How do we freeze them? Oh, we have a freeze tank. Okay, let's give it a try. I still think I like you here. You should be up at the front, though. I'm learning pretty quickly. Your movement allowance is so important. So we have to use our freeze tank to freeze both robots. We also have a time pod. Usually the enemies won't just run on top of the time pod, which is perfect for us. This is good. Very good, in fact. I think. So we gotta freeze both robots. Obviously, we can freeze either of them on turn 1. I think we like freezing this guy. And then we have to do something with this guy. We could push him, actually, and it wouldn't be that bad. We could push him with a repair. But we'd like to shoot you, is the thing. Just trying to see, is like 1, 2, 3. You can only move 3. So I can't get you on any of these squares. And you gotta go. Like, we'd really, really prefer to kill you. So I'm thinking probably Tank Lord. But if we do that, can we get Science God to do something valuable? The answer is no. I know I'm babbling to myself here. Here's what I'm worried about, and I hope you can see it when I explain it. My plan is to move freeze tank here. Freeze this guy. Then I want to move this guy over one. Although we don't have to. Because I could instead move freeze tank here, shoot you, and then when I move these 2 units, we'll be safe. So I think that's better. So it would be something like... You know what? We have a better turn, which would be this followed by an attack, which secures the time pod instantly. But what are we going to do with Laser Lord in this situation? I guess we're just going to move him as far over as he can so we can maybe shoot these guys. So, Tank Lord there, get the pod. Kill that guy, block the spawn. Lovely situation. Now you... We're just moving you guys. Freeze Lord has to shoot, by the way. There we go. And, Science God, what do you do? You could... I could get you to apply a shield to 2... No, I could, yeah. I actually kind of like that turn. Even though it puts the Science guy so far out of the situation where he can be useful next turn. Like that right there. I'm not going to say 200 level IQ, but it's not horrible. We do still have 2 units spawning next turn. But keep in mind, we don't need to freeze Robo Lord on the next turn. And also, the Robos... We just got an achievement there, as you can see. The Robos are probably going to draw a little attention themselves. Alright, so right off the bat... I'm telling you, there's moves here. Easily crush this guy. I would prefer if you did not freeze my other friend. I kind of want to freeze you. I know I could freeze Robo Boy, but... Right now, the linchpin is like, what do we do with this tank? Because I'll tell you what the problem is. The only way that I can deal with this robot is to push him. If I push him onto the spawn tile, he'll die. Unless he's frozen. So I think we almost 100% need to freeze this guy. And then that frees up our tank to move. And the tank would just probably murder the... Oh, but Beam Guy is so much better at getting the kill there. So what does our tank do in this situation? Ah, there's a play. Tank goes here, but he can't attack from the water. Disregard, not a good play. He could just crush him against the mountain. Could be worse. But again, Laser Lord is so much better at getting that kill. Like this. So you'd freeze him up. I guess you just repair and continue blocking the spawn. And we only have 1 extra unit coming out next turn. And then, like, Science God just gets into a position where... I don't know, he could shield the tank again, but I don't think that's necessary. I think we'll just move him here for now. Unless... Now, he can't really get into a... Ooh, no, he could get into a position to do something. Do I like this better? We'll take 1 damage, but it'll stop the robot from being unfrozen. Yeah, I think that's a much better move. And then our laser, of course, is still here. It's just gonna do that. This guy's about to fall on the ice as well. So we're going to take 1 damage from the spawn, but that's nothing. We still have the freeze tank. That dude is dead. It would be nice to get the tank over there to do something, but I don't think... I mean, I think we just move Science Lord. And... Whoa, what happened? You got 2 HP? You're very lucky. Although, let me think here. If I move you, you're going to fall in the ice. Life is good. We can always reset this if it doesn't work. Oh, it worked. Tank repairs. Freeze tank does nothing. To be fair, I'm like looking at it. It does no damage, right? Freezes targets. What does frost do? Invincible, but unable to move or attack. Any damage will free the unit. Watch this. Freeze your own unit. Look at that. He's an actual genius. Because you know what we can do now? The exact same freaking thing. He's an actual god. Like, I don't know what to tell you, except for the fact that I've clearly ascended it into the breach. Freeze tank, you are a glorious creature. And we also got a promotion on our time traveler. And the time pod, which is mechs gain armored and a reactor core. Extremely great. And you got +1 reactor as well, but mechs gain armored is so good on the ramming tank, I think. And then I'm thinking, give him some extra movement with the reactor core, but what do you have? Allies immune is pretty good, but I think that movement is more important. And then I'll install the reactor on you and give you extra movement as well. Alright, so we got corporate HQ. Beetle Lord is dangerous. No question. I don't like this spawn. I can still get over there if one of them attacks this building, so... Yeah, this we baited them into an attack here, which I think is great. Don't web me. He webbed the building, okay. So the obvious move... Laser Lord has to move first. This is still pretty not good, by the way. Because I don't think we're going to be able to block any spawns. If I shoot you, do you block 1 damage, or do you block... It's reduced by 1, okay. Because I have a play that I really like. I'm just... How much damage do you do? 1? So this is really bad for us. So I think you're going to be on shield duty. So it'd be something like this. Watch this. I just want to envision it as closely as possible before we lose our reset. Shield these 2 units. Laser Lord shoots through them. Definitely kills this guy. Tank Lord comes down here, crashes into this guy. He's going to do 3 damage because it's going to bash him against the rocks there. He's also going to block the spawn. He has not lost armored yet, so he's going to take 2 damage from the resurrection, or from the spawn and from the shot. But I think that this is an okay first turn. You ready? I don't know. It might be a little over-aggressive for turn 1. It also shields a building long term. I'm just thinking, like, can he get out any other way? I think the answer is no. And a push doesn't really do much for us here. This does shoot a building. I decided now was the time. So he's going to end up in the water, which doesn't really mean much, but... You know, you ever hear the expression, you can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs? That was basically what just happened right there. And actually, our tank only took 1 damage. Even better. So we're just going to kill the Beetle Lord. That's got to happen turn 1. What are you doing? You webbing me? That's fine. I'll take another hit. I'm being honest with you. I don't mind losing grid power. It's so cheap to buy. Although... there is a decent, like, there's a line here. And we could light you on fire, which would make you even easier to kill in the future. Ah, but then I would be in harm's way. For certain. I think I'm going to accept grid loss. I'm okay with accepting grid loss in the final section. Wait. Okay, hear me out. Laser dude moves. Here. He shoots. Freeze the tank lord. This guy's on 1 HP. Remember, he gets 1 armor every time. Yeah. Bash this dude to death. Let this dude hit a mountain. He's still in laser range next time. And we still have a... we wouldn't have a spawn blocked. That's true. Okay. I actually like this move the most now. Smack him and kill him. You still block a spawn. Laser dude needs to move up 1 extra space. Could he actually do that? He has 4 move. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cannot do it. Okay, good to know. Is it more important to kill these dudes? Or is it more important to block a spawn? It's probably more important to kill those dudes, although one of those spawns is probably a Scion. I don't mind the idea of lighting this Beetle on fire. But how are we going to deal with this guy then? Extremely valid question. This has been a long episode for one island, but the Beam Lords always require a little bit more focus, I think. You could repair and let him shoot you, but how are you going to... You'd have to shield the building. 2 are still going to spawn. That seems bad. Well, I don't think there's any way we get out of this without 4 units existing on the next turn. Kill this guy. Kill this guy. 1, 2, 3. Okay, actually that's... When you get down to brass tacks, I think that's how you do it. So it'd be like, boom. And that accomplishes one of our objectives. And then, boom. Still blocks a spawn. Why are you so armored? You're a god. You take no damage until you're hit by a weapon? Oh, well, all weapon damage is reduced by 1. It doesn't block 1 and then pop. That's incredible. Followed by this. Now, our laser tank kinda sucks at this point, but all we gotta do is protect the corporate tower, and we're in a pretty good spot. This is a terrible turn. Things are gonna get hit. I think... So, like, the real problem with this turn right now is if I attack with our tank is gonna die on the spawn, which is really... Or on the enemy spawn, which is really horrible for business. We are also out of shields. And our science officer is just woefully positioned to get anything done. So I think we're going to have to accept some loss of grid power here. But is there anything we can do to make it not so bad for the future? And I think the answer is no, but here's what I'm going to try to do. Continue blocking us spawn. Take some damage on our laser dude, but at least get in a position where you can... I mean, we could repair and put out this fire, but I think we want to put out damage this turn. And then, sadly, like, this is pretty much it. Like, we're going to take 2 grid damage this turn. I might have missed an obvious line, but... And then Science Lord, you really just, like, get here. There's nothing much you can do. And, repair is not worth anything. So, okay. Come on, Resistance. Oh! Let's actually go. Only 98 people died. Where are you going? Don't web me. Alright, so them attacking buildings is bad, except... Yeah, this is actually not that bad. We're gonna get out of this relatively scot-free, which is hilarious. Basically, just move you You gotta move too. Look at that. Now he could attack, but it would put him in Scion range, which... I don't know. Maybe we want to? Like, shoot this guy and then kill the Scion? We still have a turn reset if it goes terribly wrong. Like, he gets some experience, and then we really want this Tank Lord to get experience. So there you go. Nobody's getting hurt. Dude, that was... The resistance was clutch, but this was a good first island. We're gonna get the perfect island bonus, which means we're gonna get a third time traveler that we can use on this mission. And we're gonna get, well, we got all, like, 8 corporate reputation or something like that. So we can get crazy strong here. Perfect island. Fire beam. Fires a beam that applies fire in a line. Seems great, but, well, seems interesting, but very scary. Mech starts every mission with a shield, and she's so close to leveling up. Absolutely. We could get grid power, but that's only worth 2. I'd much rather... I think the pilot is worth way more than 2. So we'll put our pilot on the, I mean, honestly, I kind of want to switch around our pilots a little bit. I think the charge mech always getting armor is great. It means free attacks. The science mech, would you benefit from when you repair pushing units, or would you benefit from a shield? A shield allows you to block a shot, which normally you're very hard-pressed to do. And then your repair would actually push units. And then the laser mech would start with a shield, which makes you a little bit better at spawn blocking. So yeah, I kind of like that. Plus she's real close to leveling up. So let's do this. We got a good squad here. This is like when an FTL run starts to pop. And then we're going to spend rep. And the first thing we're going to do is donate our remaining pilot. We have 9 rep. Passive. All Vec take +1 damage from bumps and blocking emergent Vec. That's extremely great. Targeted strike. Call in an airstrike on a single tile anywhere on the map. Only gets 1 use per battle, but it does seem useful. Frost Beam fires a beam that freezes everything in a line. This seems also great. Mercury Fist. Smash the ground, dealing huge damage and pushing adjacent tiles. Requires 1 power. 4 damage is so good, though. Okay, well, let's be smart. If we get the Force Amp, which I'm hoping applies to whatever unit, like, it applies to all units, I should say. We need 1 power, so that's 5 spent right there. And then I think we want Mercury Fist and +1 power. So it would be 2, 3, 1, 3. We can't afford that, that's fine. And then how are we gonna do this? Our Science Lord. You probably want health more than movement on Science Boy, I think. But then, you've already got 2 attacks. You've only got 1 attack. So the Prime has to take the Mercury Fist. And it takes 1 to power it up. I think that's fine. And then Tank gets the passive. It requires 1 power. There we go. This is a dream squad for now. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. I'm excited about this one.